everyone, and welcome to another Let's Play. My name is Anna Mardal, and today we're going to do The Crown and the Flame, Book 1, Chapter 2. 2 years later, after Chapter 1, so 2 years have passed, Luther Nevrakis is king of Stormhold, but Kenna and Dominic spy a chance to take back the kingdom. So, here we go. I'm going to cough. Sorry. Chapter 2. The Ruins of Rajkur. Now we're playing as Dominic. 2 years after King Luther seized Stormhold, you're living in the castle, disguised as a common servant. Today, you're helping Tristan and Margaret carry large sacks of flour to the kitchens. All this just for dinner tonight? I swear, we're carrying a week's worth here. Just about. We're cooking double. Another battalion of soldiers arrived at Stormhold last night, and we've got to feed them all. King Luther forces nearly every able-bodied person in the 5 kingdoms into his army. It's no wonder we're overflowing with soldiers. Another battalion. I've got to figure out what's going on and send word to Kenna. Hush! There's soldiers up ahead. You want them to hear you? Down the corridor, you spot a woman in armor arguing with a soldier. I won't tolerate another mistake. Prince Marco has been too lenient with you. Every soldier in the barracks will be ready for inspection within the hour. I swear it. You don't see who that every day. I wonder who she is. I think she must be a military officer. Dressed in full armor? She's got to be someone important in Luther's army. Enough gossip, you two. I've got work to do. Back in the kitchens. My goodness, they want venison tonight for the high table. I hope we have enough. Yeah, and we better hurry with it. My back still hasn't finished healing from my last whipping. As you work, you hear a tapping at the window. It's the hawk! Hawky is back! I told you, he only answers to... We're going to name him Hawker. And... I'm not very creative with names, sorry. You cut off a small piece of venison, and Hawker eats it out of your hand. Hawker looks longingly at the sky. Not yet, my friend. When we have news for Kenna, then I'll send you off. Your hawk is as restless as you are, Dom. I don't blame him, but he's the lucky one. He gets to fly away from this place, and he'll get to see Kenna again long before I ever will. Kenna. You're living in a hidden mountain monastery with Gabriel and the monks who run it. As another morning dawns, you carry 2 buckets of water up the hill and into the monastery. You set them down in front of Gabriel and one of the monks. Look at you. There was a time when carrying just 1 bucket left you out of breath. I was a castle girl back then. Now you are something stronger. Why do you push yourself? Most queens would leave the hard work to others. Most queens have kingdoms. Good answer. Are you ready to train with me this morning? I'm always ready. The monk gestures to the sword Gabriel gave you, hanging on a rack on the wall. You eye the weapon in the monk's hands, a rod with a blade on both ends. A core guitar? When do I get to use that one? Only the most skilled monks are allowed to use the core guitar. You are not ready for it yet. You pick up your sword. I'll make do with this. Let's begin. The monk squares off against you, taking a firm, wide stance. He tightens his grip on the core guitar and eyes your weapon. His placid face almost hints at a smile. Then the blade of his core guitar shoots out at you. I should deflect the core guitar. You knock the cork guitar to the side with the flat of your sword, shoving it away. The monk then lunges at you, grabbing you by the throat. He jerks you up, lifting you off your feet, and holds you in the air in front of him. You fight well, but ultimately, youth and passion cannot match experience and discipline. You are beaten. Yield. As you try to fight off his grip, you notice he's left his stomach unprotected, and we have the prestige to kick him in the gut. You wind up and kick the monk as hard as you can in the stomach. Ugh. The monk sucks in his breath and drops you. Not one of our moves, but a good one. Come on, let's keep going. No, enough for today. You and the monk face each other, bowing. You fought well. My brothers and I will be proud to follow you into battle when the time comes. Thank you. The monk bows to you and leaves. Gabriel turns to you. You've impressed the Rajkur monks. There are about 50 of them, and we'll need every last one in the coming battle to take Stormhold. Your army's growing, Kenna. It'll grow even faster once we leave the ruins of Rajkur. Patience, my queen. Just then, the orb Tevin gave you grows warm. Another message from Tevin. What does it say? Any word on the fight against Luther? The Iron Empire? It's Tevin, Gabriel. I'd lower your expectation to more material things. You spin the orb, and Tevin's image appears in it. Princess, I apologize profusely for my dilly-dallying. Being pursued by bandits and hooligans is not conducive to communication. But such are the times. I hope with all sincerity that you continue to be safe, which I assume must be so, given how overprotective Gabriel is. Overprotective? What does he know about overprotective? But on to more important matters. Here we go. Finally, news. Are you still wearing your hair in that same style? I had a dream that you transformed it into something truly wondrous. He provided a sketch. It does look pretty that way. We must reconvene sometime soon so that we can overthrow Luther. And before you forget entirely about your most devoted friend, me. Tevin's image fades from the orb as the message ends. At least he's loyal. I wish it was Dominic we'd heard news from today. It seems like it's been ages since we last saw his hawk. If he sends his pet to us too often, he'll draw suspicion. I know, it's just, I'm worried about my people. King Luther is a cruel tyrant. The suffering of our people may be great, but our time will come. Before we can do anything to take back Stormhold, we'll need an opportunity. Wait, did you hear that? Hear what? Before you can say another word, Gabriel whips out his dagger and hurls it into the shadows. A man screams. Ah! Nevrakis scouts. We can't let them report back to King Luther. It's her. It's the queen. Don't let them get away. The two remaining scouts rush out of the monastery in opposite directions. Gabriel rushes after one, and you start to head after the other. Wait, I'm going to need a weapon. Special weapons will help in combat and can unlock unique options and scenes. Plus, they increase your army score and will be added to the armory for the final battle. Use the core guitar for an edge against the scout. You'll also gain the weapon option to use this weapon in final battle. So, hold on, I have to cough. I hate that I have to do all these in a single take. I can't pause and start over, so if I start coughing or something, it's a problem. So we could choose our weapon or we could choose the core guitar. This is gold because it cost diamonds at one point, but I've already paid the diamonds, so yay! You snatch up the core guitar, nimbly twirling it through the air and tucking it beneath your arm. With every move, it makes a soothing metallic hum. Now this is my kind of weapon. You sprint outside, chasing after the scout. Not going to get away from me. You catch up to the scout. He spins, pulling out 2 curved daggers. Good luck defending against 2 blades, girl. You spin the cork guitar in your hand, the blades tracing large, intimidating arcs through the air. I think I'll handle them just fine. Oh, gods, you're using one of those? Yes. Now are we going to fight or what? I don't care if you have one of those double-bladed weapons. I'm going to cut you up, then I'm going to gut you, just like a wild boar. The scout lunges forward, slashing at your chest with one of his daggers. You block. You block his attack, smashing his hand with the flat of the cork guitar's blade. Gah! Before you can counterattack, he thrusts with the other dagger. Block! You spin the cork guitar hand over hand, smashing into his forearm, breaking the bone. Was that the part where you were supposed to cut me up? He lunges again, but this time you're able to roll away quickly, exposing a weak point on his thigh. You attack, aiming for his thigh. Your cork guitar slices his thigh, spraying blood in a fine mist. You whip around the other end, catching him in the calf. Is this the part where you gut me? In his rage, he whirls around, kicking you hard in the chest and sending you flying onto your back. Ooh. He rushes towards you. This is where you die. You twirl the cork guitar in a low sweep, wedging one of the blades into his ankle. He stumbles. You kick your legs out, popping into a fighting stance, the cork guitar humming at your hip. I'm still going to kill you, I swear it. Not if I kill you first. The blades of the cork guitar spin, slicing in vicious swaths across his body, first across his chest, then the midsection, before finally slicing at his legs. He spills forward, blood pouring out of him. Well, that was eye-opening. You certainly don't need my help. I could get used to fighting with this cork guitar. We must be vigilant. Not even a single scout can report our location back to Luther. We stopped them today, but we can't hide forever. No, and when the time comes, you must be ready to strike. As you and Gabriel head back inside, you don't notice a slight stirring in the bushes. Lying there, holding his breath, is one last Nevrakis scout. In the kitchen, you spot Rose filling a tray with meat. The guard looms over her. That looks tasty. The soldier reaches over and plucks a piece of meat from the tray. Please, sir, we'll barely have enough for the high table as it is. That's your problem, isn't it? If I've got to watch over you filthy kitchen rats, I'm going to enjoy myself. He reaches for more. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Oh yeah? And why would I listen to a dog like you? So you have Luther sends thieving guards to the gallows, or that food fell on horse dung? That food fell on horse dung. But it's all the venison we've got, so we have to serve it. Disgusting. We washed it as well as we could, but... Enough! I don't want to hear about it. The soldier moves down to the other end of the kitchen to steal a piece of bread. You whisper to Rose. Looks like that did the trick. Thanks, Dom. I'm gonna flirt with Rose because I ship them. So I'm gonna do that. You know I'd do anything for the prettiest flower in the whole castle. Rose blushes and throws a sprig of parsley at you. You flatterer. Who, me? I know that look. What do you want now? And keep your voice down. You don't need to sound so suspicious. I'm here to offer my services. I want to help you serve the banquet tonight. Oh, really? And why do you want to do that? You lean closer and whisper in her ear. I need to spy on King Luther. I think he's plotting something. Something big. I need to find out what it is. Oh, Dom, please be careful. I don't want to see you tied to the whipping pole tonight. I'm always careful. Except, when I'm not. I'm going to regret this, but here, take this tray of venison, and don't draw attention to yourself. Of course. You follow Rose into the banquet hall. Soldiers line the walls, standing at attention. At the center, Prince Marco and his right-hand man, Bartel, are sitting at a long banquet table. About time. Any later, and I'd be visiting the kitchen with my carving knife. Apologies, my lord. Across from Marco and Bartel is the red-haired woman you saw earlier. At the head of the table, King Luther Nevrakis presides. As I was saying, after speaking at length with Helene, I've made my decision. My lord, is it wise to discuss things of this nature in front of the servants? I assure you, they're perfectly subdued. We've beaten any fight out of them long ago. Luckily, this is easy to demonstrate. You, come here. Yes, my lord? What do you know about the Iron Empire? So, in my first playthrough, I said they're the greatest threat to the Five Kingdoms, because I didn't think that would be, unusual knowledge, but it turns out that Dominic kind of got carried away with himself and showed more knowledge than he should know, and he got himself killed. So we're not going to do that. We're going to say the Iron Kingdom. Is that where our iron comes from? I think that says it all. Satisfied, Helene? I don't know if I've ever heard anyone more misinformed. See, he might as well be a piece of furniture in the room. Rose shoots you a quick smile. Yes, that fooled them. So, as I was saying, I'll be sailing west tonight and attacking the Iron Empire with the bulk of our forces. We're going to war. About time. Sparring is no replacement for real battle. I don't want to get slow. No. You won't be going with me. You will remain here at Stormhold. What? But there's no glory in staying here. I should be cutting down our enemies like my brothers and sister. The castle is the heart of our new kingdom. I am entrusting it to you. Do not make me regret it. Helene, I'll need you to stay here as well. But, my king, my place is at your side as it always has been. We must hold the Five Kingdoms. Does no one understand that? Helene, you'll serve me best here. I'm leaving behind a contingency of my most elite troops for you to command. Yes, my king. You might also help prevent my son from wasting scouts to hunt after exiled princesses. How do you know about that? Kenna. More venison. Where's that servant? You rush forward. Just serve it quietly. You use the serving fork to put more venison on King Luther's plate. He ignores you and continues talking. Good, they barely noticed me. Anyway, that little girl is of no consequence to us. She's no little girl now. Half the realm is still loyal to her. If she were to call for an uprising, she won't. Not while she can cower away in some hovel. Leave her be. But my word is final. Now I ride tonight. After dinner, as you and Rose carry the plates and dishes back to the kitchen, you see King Luther riding out with the main force of his army. In the nearby banquet hall, you hear a crash. Sounds like there's something going on in there, Rose. I've got to see what more I can learn. Be careful. You linger outside the door and listen in. Helene, I won't say this again. I want a team of assassins sent after that girl. He hurls a vase against the wall, shattering it to pieces. You can destroy as many vases as you'd like. Your father said to hold Stormhold. I follow his orders. If my father wants to leave me here, I will find my own glory in ending the life of that miserable girl before she can raise her hand against us. Marco rubs his face, remembering how Kenna slapped him. She already raised her hand against me once. She'll learn to regret that. I'll mount that foolish girl's head on a spike for everyone in this god's-forsaken castle to see. You'll never touch Kenna. You feel anger rushing through you. You look down at your hands. They feel warm. It's just like 2 years ago. That fire. They begin glowing a faint red. I can't lose control now. I need to focus my anger. You take a deep breath and calm yourself. You feel power roiling deep in your veins. As you watch your hand, the heat consolidates to a point in the center of your palm. Whoa. The heat blossoms into a small fireball that spins and dissipates. What was that? I feel stronger. You lean back towards the door, listening in again. Now, Helene, I'm sure my father would love to hear that you openly rebelled against me the moment he left for the war. Now say, yes, Prince Marco, and do my bidding. Yes, Prince Marco. Helene heads towards the door. You dart around the corner before you're spotted. A while later, you return to your quarters where Tristan is waiting for you. You did it, didn't you? You found out what's going on. If the soldiers catch you out after curfew. I'm not scared. I've had lashes before. Now tell me. It's big. Luther's left and has taken most of the army with him, all but an elite group of soldiers. And even bigger, Marco is sending assassins after Kenna. I have to warn her. We can do more. We've got to. I know a man down in the dungeons who can get us a poison designed to take out 100 men. We could poison Marco. But we'd never be able to get it past his tasters. Maybe we can't get the poison to Marco, but we could poison those men King Luther left behind. They're camped just outside the walls. And I'm pretty sure soldiers aren't lucky enough to have personal tasters. Every soldier Marco loses is one Kenna won't have to face. One more way I can protect her. We'll do this for Kenna. Are you serious? Are we really doing it? Because it will mean sneaking outside the castle walls. Tristan, get the poison. Let's kill them all. Now we're going to have an optional scene that costs money. A few hours later, Tristan returns with a vial of poison. Here it is. Are you ready? I am. We have to do everything we can to fight the Necrovus family. Later that night, you and Tristan sneak out, hiding behind a boulder at the edge of the army camp. Last chance to turn back. Not on your life. The troops are gathered around a fire, the smell of roasted meat wafting in the air. There's a barrel of ale propped up on the back of that wagon. I'll dump the poison in. You stand watch. I'll whistle if I see someone coming. You creep to the barrel of ale, lift the lid, and dump the poison in. For you, Kenna. As you turn back, you hear Tristan's whistle. Just ahead are two soldiers rocking right towards you. Oh, God. Scrambling, you dive under the wagon. Quiet night. How about we get drunk off our asses and find us some ripe peasant girls? See, that's why we're mates. You've always got the best. Shh. Quiet. I hear breathing. The other soldier draws his sword, the blade glinting in the moonlight. I should hold my breath. Don't breathe. I should keep holding it in. Must not make a sound. Hold it just a little longer. You keep your breath held. Huh? Guess my mind's playing tricks again. Idiot. Come on, let's go drink till we can't see straight. When the soldiers finally leave, you rush back to your hiding spot with Tristan. That was close. What do we do now? Now we wait for them all to die. A short while later. Wait. Something isn't right. Poison! The ale's been poisoned! The soldier lurches forward, vomiting blood. Throughout the camp, all the soldiers begin keeling over, gagging, and bleeding out their eyes. Word spreads, but it's too late. In a few seconds, the entire camp is eerily silent. For Kenna and for Stormholt, we'll take this castle back or die trying. Luther's elite soldiers! I can't believe we did it! We took out all of them! And we'll be dead next if we get caught. Let's hurry back. We still need to send Kenna a message. You lean out the window and whistle 2 short blasts, calling Hawker to you. You slip a message to Kenna in between Hawker's talons. If Kenna survives this attempt on her life, it'll be the perfect time for her to return, to take back this castle and her kingdom. Fly true, my friend. Fly to Kenna. And that's the end of that chapter. The monks of Rajkur have promised you 50 troops for the final battle. You have unlocked the short sword as a weapon to use in future battles. You unlocked the ability to use the Korkitar. It will give you an edge over your enemy in an effort to take back the kingdom. You beat the monk in your sparring match. Rose will now do everything she can to help you. You chose to poison the Nevrakis troops with Tristan. This will help in the overall effort to win back the kingdom. We've got Gabriel, Prince Tevin, and Rose. And we have all the points that we could possibly want for our prestige, power, weapons, allies, troops, and significant traces. And our army scores 72 out of 72. So that was chapter 2 of book 1 of The Crown and the Flame. When we pick up next time, we have assassins to ward off. So that's exciting. And I will see you then in like 2 hours when my keys regenerate. Thank you so much. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. I really like this story a lot. This is very much, excuse me, I'm coughing. This is very much my thing. I love it a lot. It's kind of a setting like Long Live the Queen, but of course it's choose your own adventure instead of stats management, so the gameplay is different, but I love the politicking, so that's been really great and fun. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.